At this point, it just feels like I'm bullying Chicago. Like it's just so much I could talk about, so much going on, and the elected officials, the government employees, they just make it too easy because what are we talking about? Y'all not paying fines and fees? Welcome back, YouTube. It's your host Bruce GNT, and we're here to talk about government employees on like high fines and fees to, I guess, their own administration, their own government, like in Chicago. I'm not gonna waste time. We're just gonna jump right in.
CBS investigators have uncovered a mountain of debt owed to the city of Chicago.
We're talking tens of millions of dollars owed by the city's own employees. Our Megan DeMar joins us now. Megan, you found 1 in every 3 CTA workers owes the city money.
Right, Joe and Erica. The budget experts I spoke to called city employee debt low-hanging fruit, but we wanted to know how hard the city is actually trying to collect it. We discovered city employees and employees of the city's sister agencies owe at least $23.5 million to the city. Some of the more ironic debts include employees of the Department of Water Management owing a combined $312,000, including $61,000 in, that's right, unpaid water bills. Streets and sanitation employees owing a total of $364,000, with $279,000 attributable to parking fines and fees. And CDOT employees owing $202,000 in total debt, most of which, or $145,000, stems from, you guessed it, parking-related violations. But it's 2 sister agencies that have employees with the most.
You know how crazy that shit is? You get a letter in the mail when you have fines and fees, but they asses are racking up a bill. And come on, man. You know what? I'm not surprised, right? Cause wasn't it like 2 years ago before Johnson got in? Didn't he owe like thousands of dollars in like a water bill or something like that?
Today, though, Johnson is facing some questions about past due bills to the city. A Capitol Facts blog report says he owes thousands of dollars.
We were on a payment plan. We'll finish paying it off before the end of the day. And I've managed multi-billion-dollar budgets. In fact, I put forth the budget plan with a payment plan to take care of the structural deficit that my opponent.
Come on now. That's crazy. And honestly, that's an abuse of power. Because the reason why it's within their own departments is because they've been getting away with not paying the bill. That's why. And you know, usually it's probably not that much of a big deal. But $23.5 million, dog, that's a lot of money.
Debt. Employees of the Chicago Board of Education owe nearly $10 million, and CTA employees owe nearly $9 million.
I have been on the teachers union and just that whole organization Chicago ass for like a while. All right. And when I say that, I mean, I've been doing research. I got a video loaded in the chamber about them because man, I talk about a lot of fraud and a lot of misuse of money on this channel. But I'm telling you right now, this is probably one of the top. It's crazy, but that's for another video. We're gonna get to that later. But think about that for a second. Y'all people in Chicago, y'all go 2 months without paying y'all bills. 3 months. Y'all getting letters, knocks on the door. $23.5 million. The teachers, $10 million. CTA, $9 million. Honestly, I have the opinion that most transit systems, no matter like what state they're in, are a little bit corrupt. I'm not saying the MTA in New York is corrupt. I'm just saying they keep raising the fares and I don't know where the money's going. And they're in a very big deficit. But it's not about them. This is about CTA. Let's get back to it.
The things that they should be called upon to do is to pay up in the same way that regular taxpayers who are paying their salaries are being called upon to pay up.
Civic Federation President Joe Ferguson says the city has developed a reputation for not being terribly ambitious on debt collection, but employee debt would be some of the easiest to collect.
No, it doesn't solve the overall problems that we have, but a lot of the solving is actually in small bits.
He and Better Government Association President David Greising.
This would be a good way for the city to kind of show that it is serious about debt collection if they did collect from these folks.
Say it's significant that the largest chunk, about $20 million, comes from CTA and Board of Education employees.
Of the 20 million, about $7 million are on payment plans.
City of Chicago Comptroller Michael Belsky,
To the extent that we can, we certainly will try to collect what's outstanding.
Told me that down the road he may consider an intergovernmental agreement with the leadership of both agencies to help collect the debt.
I think because they're independent, it just requires kind of goodwill in order to cooperate.
He noted that the city also
Why can't they suffer the same consequences as if they were a normal citizen and they didn't pay their bills? Why is that? Because obviously there's a way to record it because they have the numbers right there. So unless it's something that I'm not too aware of or something that I do not understand, I don't see why they can't suffer the same repercussions. They should.
offers several debt relief programs and amnesty programs. The Department of Finance has also launched a new online portal to consolidate debt information across the city. Belsky also explained that the City of Chicago and sister agency employees are subject to routine debt checks, including during the hiring process. They must resolve outstanding debt or enroll in approved payment plans before they start work. And CTA did not provide any comment for our story. Chicago Public Schools referred us back to the city. Joe and Erica.
That's crazy work. They said, oh, you want to talk to us? Yeah, talk to the city. That's not our problem. The CT, I'm not surprised. It seems like I said before, most transit systems or transit organizations pretty much all work the same. Kind of seedy and shady, you know, the money just disappears, no one knows where it goes. But what they're trying to set up, look, that doesn't make any sense. Let them suffer the same repercussions as if they were normal citizens. And then not only that, I don't know if they're confused about how they get in this debt. They're not having this debt and then joining these organizations. What I mean is that's not the majority of them. I'm pretty sure majority of them get into this debt after they've been working for these places for a certain amount of time. You know what I'm saying? So them setting up a system like that where they have, or them already having a system where you have to pay your outstanding debts to work for the government or work for the city and everything like that, that's not going to do anything because they're incurring it while they're in. Y'all need to be aware of what's going on and how they're spending and or not spending your money wisely, because that's ridiculous. $23.5 million. And the bulk of it is with your Board of Education and your CTA, your transit system. The transit system, which is pretty shit, and the Board of Education, which I'm pretty sure has ties to the teachers union. A lot of funky money going on over there. I got a video coming out about it. Don't worry, we're gonna discuss. It seems like there's a lot of crooked shit going on in Chicago, man. Like, cause for real, every single time I turn around, I get something new. Like bam, 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 bam. Wild. But yeah, pay y'all bills. Like, that's just crazy. Pay y'all bills, pay y'all fines, pay y'all fees. Y'all did it, so pay it. Well, you guys already know the drill. That's it for this video. If you enjoyed it, leave a like. Comment down below, tell me your thoughts. What do you think can be done to kind of circumvent this problem? Because what they have set in place obviously isn't working. You know what I'm saying? Because $23.5 million in the grand scheme of things when it comes to the budget, not that big, but it's still a high number. And the thing is, you can't just have people working for the city just not paying bills. That's not right. That's not how that works. Because the common citizen is paying your salary so you can pay your bills. So you're not paying your bills. What do you do with your money? You know what I'm saying? So let me know how you feel down in the comments below. But that's it for now. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.